What if I told you that studying 8 hours a day is a complete waste of time? Yes, you heard me right. You can study half that time and still crush your exams. Let's get real. You're probably stressed out, chugging energy drinks, and pulling all-nighters to study for that big test. You've been told since forever that studying 8 hours a day is the only way to succeed. But here's the truth. That's a lie. What if I told you that long study sessions actually hurt your brain, waste your time, and even lower your grades? Why? Because your brain isn't a machine. It needs quality, not quantity. Today, I am sharing science-based tricks to cut your study time in half while getting better results. First up, let's talk about how long you should actually study. A 2024 study from CBE Life Science Education found that students who studied 3 to 4 hours a day using active strategies like making flashcards or teaching someone else scored higher on exams than those who studied 8 hours just rereading notes. Why does this work? Your brain learns best when you actively engage with the material, not when you are passively staring at a textbook. Think of it like lifting weights. A focused 30-minute workout is better than 2 hours of half-hearted reps. How do you do this? Use active strategies. For example, after reading a chapter, close the book and write down everything you remember. Or pretend you are teaching the topic to a 5-year-old. Set a timer for 3 hours per day and split into chunks. Don't just highlight or reread. That's like trying to learn to drive by watching a video. Here's the debate. Some of you might say, but my friend studies 10 hours and gets straight A's. Sure, but are they efficient? Let's talk about breaks and see if we agree with the next argument or not. A 2022 meta-analysis says studying for 25 minutes, then taking a 5-minute break, called the Pomodoro technique, can double your retention. Why? Your brain gets tired after 25 minutes, like a phone battery running low. Breaks recharge it, helping you lock in what you learned. Imagine trying to eat a whole pizza in one bite. You choke. Breaks are like taking small bites. Okay. How do you do it? Set a timer for 25 minutes, study hard, then take a 5-minute break to stretch or grab a snack. Avoid screens during breaks. Scrolling TikTok keeps your brain on overload. Don't study for hours without stopping. You'll forget half of it. To be honest, I do not agree with this study as well, and the reason for this are the following reasons. We are different humans with different capabilities and power levels, which means that for someone that 5-minute break after only 25 minutes of studying might break, or it might be the best option they could have made. Most people might actually need a few minutes before actually getting into learning, to assimilate the information and to direct their focus completely to learning. So that means that we are not actually studying for 25 minutes. We are studying for way less, and besides this, the fact that we add a 5-minute break after those only 25 minutes, that makes our focus to be lost again and completely messes up the learning process. To fix this, I recommend everyone to find their sweet spot. Maybe for me, 1 hour of studying and taking a break for 10 minutes, it might work better. Maybe for someone, working 2 hours and then taking a 10-minute break, it's better. You have to taste this on your own and come with the right timings. Second, don't feed yourself with pleasure. In the paragraph it was mentioned to stretch or grab a snack. Stretching is not something bad, and I would agree most of us forget about it 99% of the time. But grabbing a snack can mean a lot of things. How do you define the snack? Is it good to take a snack between your learning sessions? How does this affect your brain? All these questions we are going to answer in a bit, but first, I want you to pay attention to point 3. Now, let's get to the juicy stuff. Your phone. Research from 2023 says distractions like texting or Instagram steal 20% of your study time. That's like throwing away 1 out of every 5 hours. Why is this a problem? Well, I guess it's kind of obvious. Every time you check your phone, your brain takes 5 to 10 minutes to refocus. How do you fix it? Put your phone in another room or use an app like Opal to block your notifications. Create a distraction-free zone like a library. don't study with your phone next to you. Move it, put in a damn other room. Just throw it on the window. Some of you will say, I need my phone for study apps. I need to check if what I'm studying is correct. Okay, but are you really using it for that? Or are you on Snapchat texting girls and boys? Or what are you doing on there? Fourth, let's talk about your place. The reason the place you are studying from makes such a difference is because our body responds better when we are in an environment that produces pain to us instead of comfort. Now let me clarify. I'm not telling you to start punching yourself or go to the kitchen and set yourself on fire before you start learning. What I am saying is that the place you are at when you start learning, it will affect the power levels of your brain. Think of it this way. If you sit in your bed while learning, there are more chances of you falling asleep rather than if you would study from your desk. And the reason for this is because your body is in comfort when it's in the bed. Your brain associates the bed with the place you go when you have to sleep. And this is why just a small change in where you place yourself while you study can affect how you study and how much you study. And finally, here's the kicker. Studying too much can actually hurt you. Why? Because after a certain point, your brain stops absorbing information. It's like overwatering a plant. Eventually, it dies. So how do you avoid that? Limit your study time to around 4 hours a day. Focus on quality and take care of yourself. Sleep, eat well, and move your body. Also, track your progress so you know what works. Don't push yourself until you're mentally drained. Now here's where it gets controversial. Hustle culture tells you to grind like 8 hours a day. If you don't grind for 12, 16 hours, you're lazy. And okay, I get that point. But at the same time, this is nonsense. And here's why. If you look at the graph shown here, we can see that we have a graph. And on the left side, we have the information retained. And on the downside, we have the hour study. If we look at it, you will see that with each hour passing, your retention drops. That's because our brain runs on daily energy. Every time we think, make decisions, or try to focus, we burn through that energy. Just like gas in a car. Now you might ask, okay, so how do I refuel my brain? How can I keep studying and actually retain what I learn? And here is the answer. You need to understand the two types of needs. The biological needs and the pleasurable needs. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine you are going on an 8-hour road trip. Eventually, your car will run out of fuel. If that happens, the car stops. You can't move. You can't reach your destination, your final destination. So, filling up the tank is a biological need. It's non-negotiable. But now imagine you think, hey, we are low on fuel, but if I make some changes to the car, maybe it will make the car lighter. I'm a professional mechanic and I know I'm good at cars. I can make the car lighter. We are good at this. We get to the final destination, no problemos. So you start removing pieces of the car to reduce weight and save gas. Maybe it helps. You reach your destination. But once you are there, the car's broken down. Now you'll need time and money to fix it. And you can't even drive back home. That's exactly what overstudy looks like. Now, take that analogy and apply it to your learning. Let's say you've been studying for 3 hours and you're mentally exhausted. But you want to keep going. To do that, you need to give your body the biological fuel it needs to continue. But instead, you choose to satisfy your pleasurable needs. You grab an ice cream, scroll on Instagram, or start chatting with your girlfriend or boyfriend. It might feel like you're recharging, but you're not. What's happening is that your brain thinks the session is over, and now it's being rewarded. It believes you've reached your destination, even though you haven't. That's why it's crucial to prioritize biological recovery when you hit that wall. If you've studied for 3 or 4 hours and want to go longer, don't force it. Instead, take a nap, even 30 or 60 minutes, go for a 15-20 minute walk, or Eat something healthy that fuels your body. When you support your biological needs, your energy naturally comes back. And now you are ready to dive back into learning with a clear mind and higher retention. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, bye.